Hello, Bulldogs. In today's lesson, you will be learning about geography of Europe and you will be identifying major physical and political locations in Europe. The first thing I want you to remember that Europe is a continent. Remember, a continent is one of the seven large land masses on Earth. So far, we've learned about North America and South America, and starting today, we are going to be learning about Europe. Now, you might have noticed that Europe is not a separate shape. Europe is on a big shape that also has a continent of Asia. So sometimes you might hear this shape being referred to as Eurasia, which is a combined continental landmass of Europe and Asia together. Europe is not a large continent. It's about the same size as the United States of America. So where in the world is Europe? How can we describe its location? Well, we can tell where Europe is in relation to other continents, and that is called relative location. To help us describe relative location, we usually use a compass rose. So on a compass rose, we have our four main directions. They're also called cardinal directions. We have north, east, south, and west. The way you might want to remember them is by saying never eat soggy waffles. Most times students confuse east and west. East should be on your right, west should be on your left. If you have placed your east and west correctly, the two letters together that should spell the word we. If they spell the word we, that means you have your west and east in the correct location. We also use intermediate directions. And it looks like there is an issue with them coming up. There they are. And intermediate directions are the directions that are in between the main directions. For example, between north and east, we have northeast. Or between south and west, the intermediate direction is southwest. So, how would we describe where Europe is using relative location or using the compass rose? So for example, if we want to know where Europe is in relation from Africa, this is Europe, this is Africa. We're going to start in Africa and we're going to ask, where is Africa? Where is Europe? So to go to Europe, you would need to go up. If you look on the compass rose, the direction that is up will be north. So we can say that Europe is north of Africa. Now let's look at Asia. Here is Europe, here is Asia. If we are in Asia, then what is Europe's location? So in order to get from Asia to Europe, you would need to travel left. If we look on the compass rose, direction that's going left is west. So we can say that Europe is west of Asia. So now it's your turn. Here is Europe. Here is North America. Where is Europe in relation to North America? If you said east, you were correct, because in order to get to Europe from North America, you would need to travel right. Right direction on the compass rose is east. Now we're going to look at some major countries of Europe. You might already know from the video that you watched yesterday that Europe is the second smallest continent in the world, but it is packed with people and it has a lot of countries. I believe the actual number of countries in Europe is around 50. And so right here, all of these shapes that are different colors, you can read the names of the countries. They're shown in capital letters. For example, right here, there is Finland. Finland is a country on the shape that we call Europe. So some major countries include Germany, France, the Netherlands, Spain, United Kingdom, which is an island country, and Italy. Some major physical features that are found in Europe, and remember, physical features are landforms and bodies of water. For example, a plateau or a mountain or a desert, that is your landform. Bodies of water could be lakes, they could be rivers, like if you notice those squiggly lines right here, these are the rivers of Europe. They can also be oceans. So the four things that I want you to know about the specific physical features of Europe include the Atlantic Ocean. So Atlantic Ocean is west of Europe. They also include the Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea is the sea that separates Europe from Africa, and it is located south of Europe. The Alps. The Alps are a famous mountain range that runs through several countries in Europe, including Switzerland, Italy, Slovenia, Germany, and others. And finally, we have the Ural Mountains. Ural Mountains are famous because this is how they divide this big land into two continents. How do we know where Europe stops? Well, Europe stops at the location where Ural Mountains are, and then the Asia part starts to the east of the Ural Mountains. This should be helpful to you to complete today's assignment. But remember, if you have any questions, let your social studies teacher know, and have a great day, Bulldogs.